ask the question. I'll answer, you see. I just want you to be Alice Paul, like we've always talked. That's all. But this time, I want to get it down for the record. And I came home in January 19th, 10. I don't remember a thing. You know, I still today don't know much about food or think much about it or care much about it. So I don't remember a thing about food. I guess it was all right. Apparently, the hunger strike was one of the coordinated strategies. Well, the hunger strike was the reason we were forcefully fed. Wouldn't have been otherwise. Amongst other people that I haven't told you about, that I went to see one after another, the one I suppose was the most important that I went to see was Ellis Hill. She was the daughter of Congressman Hill. She was on my list. And then we were told by the chief of police, as I told you, that they were going to give us the permit for 16th Street, which is perhaps the principal residence street that would be the suitable background for a procession. And we had asked for Pennsylvania Avenue, having been told by almost everyone that that was the critical avenue where you had to have your procession, from the Capitol to the White House, and that nobody would pay much attention if we went down 16th Avenue. So we said,
we must have Pennsylvania Avenue.
It's unsuitable for women to go down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Gosh darn it. Let's go, Alice.
And so, then Ellis Hill asked her mother. Miss Hill took Ellis Hill with her, and they came out to the interview with the permit for the avenue. The first whisper of protest I've ever heard. There may have been some other whispers going on that I didn't hear about, but by the time of the convention, the national treasurer, her name was Miss Stanley McCormick, and Miss Carrie Chapman, Cat, had made a protest at the convention against what we were doing, which is the first time I realized it. Perhaps it was dumb not to realize it before, but I didn't. But at the convention, Miss Cat, Carrie Chapman, got up from the floor, and of course she was a very influential person, and said,
I want to inquire what has happened to the National American Women's Suffrage Association. It seems to me that there is something is called the Congressional Union, which is running the whole campaign of the Congress. Here they're even getting out a paper. Imagine such a thing.
The treasurer got up and said that not one penny of all this money, the $27,000 or whatever you write, had ever come to her national treasury, and she thought that this situation could not be tolerated, that the committee, just a committee, could raise the money and keep the money. We had Nia Sumbarden. She was the one who gave us the suffrage song, because in prison, she would always sing this.
God damn it! How do we get here again? I am a ticket for the long way around. To whiskey from the...
She was a Russian immigrant. We went to war on April 17th. Only thing, and there was a difficulty, was who would be on board and who would be the leaders of this united group. You see, we were never arrested until the war had been declared. There was an actual invasion of our headquarters. It did fire shots. Some shots went, I think, through the windows there. I don't know that there were any more than that, but I don't think any great violence has been done to the building. People were very terrified, and that's all. If I remember rightly, they did not pass it in the beginning, and then reassembled and did pass it. It was August 28, 1920. It was submitted to the states in June 1919, so it took us from June 1919 to August, very little over a year.